you need to knack. Essentially, you need not ordinary knack wotoporously.
Hello guys, you're welcome to another episode of Vivid Opinion, and today I have amazing people in the house. And I like the last time we all of us talked our last topic, and so it brought up another conversation, and that's really going to be like very educational and also cause problem. This topic today, before I talk about the topic, I'm going to introduce my wonderful guest. I have a beautiful lady here, and I have a handsome man here. So they're going to introduce themselves, and then we pick up from there. Brother, you're welcome. So introduce yourself.
My names are Kenneth Obina or Obina Kenneth. I work on radio, Equity 9.7 FM and Radio Lagos. You can call me orally Auralwe. It's a very beautiful day, and I'm happy to be on the show.
You're welcome. On the year accent. You in the year accent. Hello, fam, in it. Hello, fam, in it. Because now I rehearse my accent because of my visa interview. All right, I have another beautiful lady. Yeah. Esther. Introduce yourself.
Okay, hello. My name is Nwachukwu Nelly, and I am a makeup artist, a face model, a realtor, and a Jesus lover. I'm so glad to be here.
Jesus baby. Jesus baby. For all those guys, they go put for their status, they can't write Jesus baby, they bill you. All right, guys. So today on this show, this episode, we're talking about. I don't know how I want to talk. We're talking about. And producer don't tell me I want to talk. So we're talking about a knack. We're talking about sex today, and we're asking the question. Sex is like this vital, essential need of a man. In fact, some men feel no chop, but if you give them that one, they okay. There is in life. So it's vital to a man. It's vital to a living creature. And I want to ask this very important question, which probably we know they really ask ourselves. They ask them for the back of our mind, but we never really have that conversation with ourselves. Is sex before marriage good or bad? Because we've had like this lots of conversation where a lot of people will be like, good or bad, and we really never know whether there's this law or this clause that makes it bad or this clause that also makes it good. That is why we are having this conversation, and we're going to dabble into it, and the guests are going to like really stray, So let me do this thing. I foresee ladies first.
So I think ladies first, because right now they take the matter more seriously than we men do.
Wahala. Okay, we'll do ladies first. But they say you're not a gentleman. You're not a gentleman. You know that material. So, Nelly, Esther. So tell us, do you think sex before marriage is right or is wrong?
Okay.
What's your take?
Sex before marriage to me is very wrong. It is a sin, as stated in the Bible.
John Cena.
And
Wahala. Hey, wait.
yes, it is a sin, and it's not supposed to be. Everything that has to do with sex has to come after marriage.
Okay. So by force, no lie, no.
Yeah, there should be no form of sexual commitment between two people.
It show me die. See some guys. Me we just talk this. Some guy can. You get one to the trend now online. So Alpha, sex before marriage, right or wrong?
I refuse. In the honest opinion of everybody sat here today, I feel like sex is the primary reason why every one of us should be in a relationship. Now, I'll give you examples. In a relationship between a man and a woman, husband and wife, let's use that one as the four. Listen, if you do not have sex, we're talking about before, right? But sex is what propagates recreation. Now we've been in we've seen several stories, or we've heard, we've listened to, we've read and seeing stories where you have a man and a woman dating and they are doing the Jesus thing, the love of my life, my sweetheart, my honey, like my sister rightly said. And then they get into the relationship and afterwards they get married and it becomes a huge lacuna. Then you now start hearing stories. I didn't know the thing was this big. I didn't know it was like this. I didn't want to enjoy myself like this. And then you start giving all those flimsy excuses. That is why I'll tell you, before you get into a relationship, you and that lady must have a kind of sensual feeling. The ability to be able to be in the same room and have the feeling to knack. That is it.
Wow.
If you're in a relationship and you're looking at this chick and you're not feeling her in the sense that you guys don't feel like you have to be in this kind of relationship where you look at her and she arouses you, my brother, when you marry, to not work.
Word.
I'm telling you straight. I'm telling you how it is, because people see, especially for ladies, knack is very essential. A woman, women these days, they have to know, they have to feel who they are dating before they intend to go the extra mile with them. You cannot see a fine chick now that knows what it means to be in a relationship telling you, let's hold on. Hold on, go. Hold outside.
Hold on, pick two.
Okay, I get what he's trying to say.
Are you sure you get it?
Your point is very valid.
Thank you.
But the truth is, compared to what you are supposed to be attracted to whoever you are supposed to get married to, and the feeling will be there. And that is why the Bible says that if you cannot hold yourself, then you have to get married.
But
you cannot
for instance,
say
The Bible does not knack.
let's say
It's we that knack. Leave the Bible. Bible doesn't knack. This is day-to-day activities. This is what is happening between I and you and her, him and her. These are topics, all right, that are going on. It's not even in the olden days. Our fathers, our forefathers, it's not now that everybody's advocating for one woman. And then you have someone like Doche marrying a second wife and everybody in Nigeria is killing him. That
must
year,
you mention your
no, that one, that he's the prerequisite now. He's the godfather now. Now, you see, you have our forefathers having 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wives, and there was no issue in the family. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do and they did it right. You cannot say you're in a relationship with a woman and you don't feel like sex is very important. No, that's wrong.
But in the old times, did you think, based on Amiibo, do you think in that old times that they used to have sex before? Because I know the wife has to.
It was
Thank
even
you very
worse.
much.
In the case of Abraham, what happened?
What happened?
Isaac and Jacob. When this woman wasn't able to bear a child, she gave her husband the maid. Say, Oganak.
Nicodemus.
No,
See,
let's go back to our topic.
That is the topic. The topic is knack.
You are saying
Sex
Abraham
before marriage,
Sarah
right?
asked Abraham
Yes,
to
that's
go
the
to
topic.
his wife, but to his maid. But that doesn't mean that they were fornicating before the marriage. That
See,
is what we're talking about, right?
Listen. I'm even giving you an advice. The maid, was she married to Abraham?
She wasn't.
Did she like Abraham?
Of course she did.
Thank you.
But because the wife
Put full stop there. Put full stop there. They knocked, even if they were not married, with permission from the wife. The wife understood that sex had to occur. You cannot tell me, let me tell you something. Sex propagates a lot in a relationship. Sex creates bond, an everlasting bond. You can see two people who don't like themselves. They have sexual tensions, especially in some classrooms. This girl and this guy, they're always fighting each other. See, something is going down.
Oh boy.
Something is about to go down, or something is inside their mind that will later go down. Future, present, continuous tense. Now, to be in a relationship with a woman, you need to understand one or two things. You guys have to be bonded in sex and in love, all right? Sex makes the relationship sweeter. Now, if both of you have sex before marriage, you tend to understand the versatility, what this person likes, what this person doesn't like. The sex position, the most favorite part. If the person wants to be on top, the person wants to be on the ground. Now, it also helps you to decipher if this person... Do you know that women are also 1 minute people? That is another topic for another day. Because women are 1 minute people. You look at
Okay.
a man and say, a man can climb, you just go 5 minutes. See, there are women who go the cowgirl position and they don't last 30 seconds. Honey, come and continue from where you started. How will you know all these things if you people don't have
come in
sex?
here? Can I come in?
You want to come in
Okay,
here, up
so-
or down?
So what you're saying
Yes.
is okay. I understand your point.
Do you understand?
I understand your point.
Okay.
But
Mm.
we're talking about sex before marriage.
Mm.
So having sex before marriage, like I said earlier,
It's
it is a
right.
sin. It is not
I
right.
I refuse.
Because now you're saying it creates bonding and all. Even God that created us knew all these things. And that was why he gave the instructions that he gave in the Bible.
Okay.
It
So
wasn't expressly
if you
stated, though.
excuse me, if you go against all that because you want to enjoy all these benefits, why do we have more broken marriages now? In the times of our parents, they don't do these things and they lasted. Most of our parents are still together.
Let me
But
tell
look
you-
at what is happening in the society
Let me
today
tell you
because
why-
we are going against the
No,
truth.
let me tell you why marriages do not last. See, we are digressing basically. But why marriages do not last is not because they had sex before marriage. Mba.
But
It
wait,
is
though.
because
But wait,
No,
oh.
you're saying
you know
that
the
it
sex
made
for that
them
sex
bond-
matter now.
Hold on.
I don't think they
better.
talk.
better.
But now that way to say sex because it don't say no be sex they make the thing. You know say to me I feel like say sex now like the
It is the number one thing in a
So-
relationship.
Sex is the number one thing
Hmm?
in a marriage, not a
No,
relationship.
no. Why am I
You
dating
can be
you?
attracted to your partner. You might even feel all those things with your partner.
I will
And that is
never
why
enter
see,
relationship
when you're in a
if I don't
relationship-
knock first.
Oh, that's for you.
Yes,
but
I need
when
to
you're
know
in a
what I need
relationship,
to know what I'm entering
But-
first.
when you're in a
Nelly,
relationship,
Esther.
okay,
For instance, now you get guy we won't marry you.
okay, yeah,
You know say because truth of the matter, let's talk biology now.
yeah.
You guys know the tire when we involve sex, right? Like if we talk about analogy, you know, if a man comes, his body will come down small. For a woman, if woman come, now then they be like say they climb.
It's like a
so
peak.
if you actually don't have somebody that can fulfill that, do you understand? And you know, for a woman that does not even get her satisfaction, it brings frustration
Mm.
a lot of time. So I want to understand.
That's
are you
what-
saying you get
Okay.
to marriage and probably what if the man thinks more?
If you listen to Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo,
Okay.
he will tell you. He said people come to him and they complain. My husband is this. My husband doesn't.
Is Pastor
Compared to what?
The Pastor Kingsley marry a virgin.
Compared to what?
When he got
no,
married,
let's not go
was
to
he a
let's not go
virgin?
to that
But-
level.
you know, say now-
But compared
Let's be
to
saying
what?
the truth.
See, if you are trying to say that before having sex is what is going to make your relationship
Okay.
last longer,
Okay.
that's not true.
I said
It's
create
not
a bond,
true.
not last
And-
longer.
Of
There's a
course,
difference.
when you get a partner
Okay.
and then you guys are dating, like I said, the attraction will be there. But you can have conversations about sex. Yes. This is
Hey.
yes, you can. You can actually talk about it. And that is why they go for premarital classes.
But wait. Look at what I'm talking about now. Your pee for instance, for a guy, if your pee is small, for instance, because
so
if it's small, most guys will not say it. They will not tell you
Of
initially.
course they
so
won't.
how or you go tell the guy say, Baba, we don't no sex after marriage, but let me see your pee. You can show you. You can see the people say, okay, this can do. You can wear it back.
because you've been having
How?
carnal knowledge before. Are
Okay.
you not getting it?
Mm.
If you've been having different guys, this one is big, this one, you guys break up. Tomorrow you meet another one, this one is small.
Are you not
when
aware?
you now
My
meet
sister,
your
I-
husband,
Are you not aware some
I
people
advise
this
you
is not
to
about
test
yes,
what you
of course.
Okay,
I know
for
there are
example,
some
you don't even
people-
do anything.
There are some people that I don't know, but the truth is, when you meet your husband
Okay.
as a virgin and as somebody that doesn't have any sexual knowledge of anybody,
Okay.
your husband is the one that is going to your husband is your first. You cannot know if somebody else's own is bigger or smaller or whatever.
now hold
Do you
on.
get? So when you're saying that is going to be small, no, as a virgin, you
Let-
can't know that.
let me
You
give
can't
you an
know
expla-
that.
let me give you
Whatever
an
see is
explanation.
whatever you take.
Mm.
Then
All-
after that, probably if there is a problem or a situation, that is why we have our doctors. That's why we have our counselors, people that can still talk to us.
People
Do you
like
think
you are the ones that
do you think
attend
that these
Shiloh every
people-
year.
Do you
There's
think
not
that
happening
these
in December.
people? Do you think that these people don't know that all these things happen in marriages?
Let me
In the
ask.
olden days,
Were you born there?
when you, of course, my parents are still together, so
Yes, in the
I'm
olden
very
days.
sure. I'm
Okay.
very sure. I
They
want
play.
their kind of marriage Because then all the things happening now doesn't
Okay.
happen. Okay, now you want to go, you are trying everybody out. How many people do you want to try out before you get married? Okay, finally you get married and then the marriage doesn't last. What next? Because you're saying that the sex is what bonds people. And yes, but it has to come after the marriage.
Let me give you an example. Say all of us now seated here at this table. We all have phones. Let me ask you a question, my sister. When you went to Slot or wherever it is you went to buy your phone, 360 Hub, when you chose or picked up the phone you wanted to buy, did they remove it from the casing?
Yeah, they did.
Did you look at the phone?
Of course I did.
And you liked it? You liked the color?
Of course.
You liked the sample? It was exactly what you wanted. Did you bring the phone out?
Of course I brought the phone.
You rubbed it with your hand, Abby? No. Answer me.
Okay, so indirectly
No,
or
it's not
directly.
don't remove words from my mouth. I'm
Okay.
just
Whoa.
asking questions and I want you to walk with me.
Okay.
You rubbed the phone with your hand, Abby? Yes.
Yeah, of course I love the phone. I would
Okay, you
look at
liked
and-
it.
Yeah.
And then you brought SIM card. Did you slot it in?
Of course I slotted it in.
What did they
Good.
put my mind like this?
Now, at the end of this discussion, at the end of this my brief tale and example, I have been able to prove to you
Oh, that what?
without reasonable doubt that, my sister, you need to knack. Essentially, you need not ordinary knack wotoporously.
So let me give you my own analysis.
Hold on, before you analyze yourself. Now, after you did all the phone thing, they put it back into the pack,
Okay.
and then you took it home. Why? You were satisfied.
If you
Did
were
you
not,
pay?
excuse me,
Did
that's
you
where
pay for
I'm
the
coming
phone?
to. So you can do all
Okay,
those
you're even
things.
coming.
You can do all those things. You can rub the phone. You can do all that.
Before
and
you-
then by the time you finish, you drop the phone. I don't like it.
No, you cannot say you don't like it.
Excuse you, I
No.
was at Slot the other day, and then a friend
Practical.
of mine was
Practical.
like, before you know, they told him that please leave the phone.
No,
You can leave because
it's
you're not ready.
Not after,
No,
not
it's
after
not
you paid
true.
money for it now.
It's not
Maybe
true.
probably if not the color you want. Abby?
Something must see by the time
Listen.
you start testing, the woman was even specific. By the time you start rubbing, something might
That
get.
means
Are we
you
still
are
talking about
Something might
phone
get
now?
testing or
Are we
rubbing
talking
means
about
you're already doing it.
By the time you start doing all those things, that is where you now start. See, hold
Action
on.
word doing.
Okay, let me say I'm following your analysis.
Okay.
Okay, by the time you
You
start
will
doing
lose
all
if you are
those
following
things,
me.
by the time you start doing all those things, that is where you start figuring all the whole fault,
Mm.
all the whole thing. Why
Okay.
you cannot
I don't want to
take it.
digress. I want to ask you this thing now. Okay, let me agree now. Sex before marriage is wrong.
Okay.
Let's say you get into the marriage now. Probably the guy doesn't even have BPSF at all. What would you do? Would you go to the doctor? Because I don't think
Or
there's
has a
surgery
low
for
or has a
PP.
low
Or would you go to the
libido.
pastor? Because I don't think pastor will pray for people to come.
Or you have a woman who
What would you
doesn't
do?
even like
really at that point.
sex
since
or
you're
even doesn't want to give birth.
Okay, first of all,
saying-
You go to the Lord in prayer.
before you get married,
Mm.
there's so many things that are involved. There's counseling, there's going to find out about this person that you want. There's conversations. It is only a wicked person that would know that some things are wrong with him. That is
And
not
her.
that is not.
How would he know
Hold
that
on.
if it's wrong with him if you know?
He and
See,
her.
before you get married, you go for tests.
Okay.
See,
My
if
dear,
you're-
the
if you're-
ultimate test
if
is to test what you have
When
first.
you are doing when you're cutting, you go for premarital counseling. Before you get married, you are going to the hospital. They are running several tests on you. You don't just get married. They don't leave their daughters to just go and get married.
Test doesn't-
There are so many things.
It doesn't
The doctor
disturb the
come-
size of.
They will know
of the
if you cannot.
genitals.
They will know everything
No.
about you.
No, I disagree.
No,
I
you cannot
disagree.
disagree. Have you been to premarital class before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
You cannot tell me
Tell me
somebody
how
wants
big.
to decide. You'll be able to decipher how long or how wide or how thin or how slim a woman's
I'm
and
sorry
man's
to say,
genitals
but
are. It's wrong.
I've
It's,
heard that
it can
no
never.
matter
Why are
how
you talking
small-
about peepees?
It is not how
no,
big,
it's
but
wrong.
it's how well.
It is not how well.
Because what?
Let me tell you. Do you know that?
Is it
do you know that
until-
relatively?
Is it the size that qualifies
Wait, hold
a
on.
man that can do
Do you know that
anything?
relatively medium genitals in cases of men have been proven to be more excellent than the very large ones? Now, that's aside. If you're going to be in a relationship with someone, let me tell you, the fact that I find you attractive enough is the number one reason why I should have sex with you. If I pick a woman, see, let me tell you, first off, I'm the kind of man, I'm an African man, I'm an Igbo man. Trust me when I tell you that the first thing I look at for in a woman is not, okay, let's leave the heart part. All right. I look at the curves. Waiting she carry. I need to look at my woman from far and say, see, baby, you are a factory fitted 2023 AMG Benz.
Kill me.
I need to know what you possess. I need to know what you're carrying. Not that me and you be in the same house. You now wear a Adieu Papa t-shirt, white with a Ankara wrapper and be flying up and down. When it's time to do something, you now carry wrapper and cover yourself as if you're Batman. Mba, wrong.
I understand.
What you don't understand, my sister. If you understand, you will know what I'm telling you. Listen, honey, listen. Now, you want to be in a relationship with a woman. I look first at her curves. What does she possess? What does she carry? Can this woman handle me? Can I handle her? Can she enjoy what I'm offering to her? Can I enjoy what she's offering to me? If we do not answer all these questions, we will not be able to move further in that relationship. I need to test.
You want to test your goods.
What I'm buying,
you want to
goods
test
and
your
services. Will it be able to take care of me in the long run? Why will I go and buy non-tested? Something that can off next tomorrow. No, now. I must test to know today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. Will this thing carry me? Yes or no? For example, let's even go the church way. I'm sorry to say, respectfully, the head pastor of Deeper Life Gospel Church, he lost his wife. That's a very holy man. When you look at him, you say, Pastor Kumuyi, the Lord, the Father, the Son, the way he preaches, it's so enjoyable. Sometimes I feel like most things he says, he's usually very vociferous about holiness.
Yes.
A year after his wife died, Baba could not stay without knack. Oh Lord, forgive me. Baba could not stay. What did he do? He got himself another wife.
Thank you. According to 1 Corinthians 7, he's liable to do that. Because it says let me tell you what it says. In the Bible, let me tell you what it says.
It is written that you are not supposed to have more than one wife. One. It's written that you are not supposed to be divorced. Two. It is also there in the Bible that you shouldn't marry more than.
No,
you're not
reading your Bible right. You're not reading your Bible right. Besides, you said his wife is late. So he says that I wish that all men were as I am. But each man has his own gift. And now to the unmarried and the widows, I say, it is good for them to stay unmarried as I am. But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry. For it is better to marry than to burn with passion. He is in his right to do that.
Songs of Solomon. If you want to check all the craziest parts in this world about women, lovemaking, sex, marriage. In fact, let's remove marriage. Songs, everything in Songs of Solomon. The pressing of Bobby, the squeezing is in Songs of Solomon.
Yeah.
See, are you wiser than Solomon?
Of course, I am not wiser than Solomon.
Good. Are you richer than Solomon?
I'm not richer than
Good.
Solomon.
Solomon, in his infinite wisdom, say we should be testing. He said we should press. He said we should fiddle, fondle. And you are here telling me...
Only when you are married. He did not ask you to go and do that before getting married.
Solomon that had...
He married all of them. He married all of them and then he had concubines.
What is concubines? Are they married? Our Solomon was knocking outside. And he brought... See, do you know what it is to be married?
He brought all of them under his
700 and 300. That's 1,000. Do you know? See, he's like a mentor to me. How can a man in his... See, by the way, he's the wisest man in this world. How can you have somebody as wise as that giving us the laid down rules? That this is the path we have to follow. Follow the ladder to web. That is the way he said, yeah, coming to tell me.
You take this first now.
Yes, now. You're just coming to telling me that this... See, let me tell you, I feel... in spite of all these things that we've had to say, that for me, sex before marriage is paramount. Why? Because I feel like it will help to bolster the bond and the relationship you
Are you
have.
convinced?
See, you know why?
I'm not convinced.
You're not-
Do you know that
I'm not
Tommy, I don't-
convinced.
you don't convince me already.
when
I don't
you
know.
have
Like, no,
for a
don't
man
be-
and a woman, when you have sex, you both exert or release hormones
Yeah, oxytocins.
from the male.
Come on,
Oh, you even know.
Yes,
Hey!
but the woman own is always higher than the
Good.
man.
Oh, good. And now we have men releasing one, the woman releasing hers. Let me tell you, all these things that they both released, it's not an album, but they're releasing it. Now, once we have all these things together, it creates a lasting bond.
Yeah.
Now, blood is exchanged, both from the woman and
Okay.
mainly from the man. Now, once you have all these things fusing together, it becomes a very strong deciding factor. Now, you see that a man and a woman, have you ever heard the quote that never ever get in between a situation that's between a man and a woman who has seen their nakedness? Once man and woman don't see their nakedness, don't enter their middle, don't
Can I
support
ask him a
this one or
question?
support that one. Please go ahead.
So tell me, after all this, according to all your analysis,
Yes.
so what makes people, after having all the sex, what makes them not to last? What made them not to marry? What makes the man
Last on
excuse me,
bed.
What makes the man after 2 weeks you will see him with another woman? What causes that? If after all this oxytocins and everything has been released and it has created the bond, why don't they get married? Why don't they last? Why are they still-
First, I will answer your question. That's this analysis or this question that you've asked doesn't bid well for everybody. A malam with his kettle. Now
Yeah.
I have seen virgins who have gotten married and they've become worse enemies. I've seen people who got married and what broke their marriage is toothpaste. You press it from down. Me, I like when you press it from up. That is what caused the end of that marriage, not relationship, marriage. The man likes his food to be cooked every day.
Okay.
He doesn't like his food being put in the freezer. And then his wife couldn't keep up with that. And that's what broke the relationship. Several things break relationship. It's not about the sex or the bonding on everything.
Yeah.
If it were to be like that, we would have check the statistics for Ikeja High Court. Both Ikeja and the one in Abuja, Magistrate Court, you have more cases of divorce. And the cases are not because of infidelity. Two of you are virgins that you meet yourself on top bed. Yes, baby,
It's better you come
is it
because
here we plug it?
He's
or is it
releasing
here
me
we-
to his
See,
points.
and that brings me to
Okay.
the beginning, how I started. I said, when you are in a relationship, the essence of it is to talk, to communicate.
On the bed,
you
will you
can
talk?
all those things. You don't need to do practical.
Me and you reach
There's
on top bed
nothing
after we
like
are married.
practical.
And me and you start talking. Only
No,
the Lord said we
that
should
is
do
what the
this in the way of
relationship-
the
that
Lord.
is what
Bele will now
cutting
come
is
from
for.
there.
But
That is what cutting is for.
I want to ask
See.
this question too now.
Okay.
Maybe I'll feel happy for this one. You help you well. Yeah. So what I want to say now is to you. So I agree with you with the talk.
God bless
But
you.
let's say so let's say okay, if you test A, too sweet, you go leave her. Go B, you test B, knock B, not too sweet, you leave her. You test C. They pass disease, not be disease with they share. Like what if you will get to, I know say you get to. But what if you get, you can't give this one, and that one will carry and go give another person. That's what the thing they spread. What do you think about that?
Okay. Let me answer your question in two parts. Now, the fact that you knock and you move ahead
Okay.
most times is not a criterion to have diseases.
Mm-hmm.
You can knock and be testing who you are knocking before you knock.
Testament.
Very good. There are men who do that. Now, basically for me, I'd say I'm a gentleman. I believe in the act of pleasing my woman.
Okay.
If I want to, the only reason why I would have sex with a woman is because I want to test how satisfied I can make her be, even before myself. That's putting her before me. So there are men who have this idea of going up and down, doing this, doing that. That's on them basically, not me. All right. So for me, I feel like just because you want to test, it doesn't really mean that is correct or that's because it's right. You having sex before marriage is you and your girlfriend, not you and your girlfriends. It's singular. It's one person. I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. So let me test what this person is giving me first before I move into the other part of being married to her. Yes, go ahead.
If the lady now said, babe, you don't pay production assistant. I don't want us to knock before,
Okay.
probably before I get into your house, and you wish
I wish.
test the girl to know, but the girl now told you that no, let's wait. Then after marriage, then and there is no problem, nothing they do the girl they okay. So what will you do in that situation? Will you leave the girl because you didn't knock her before do you understand, before you guys get married? Will you not leave the girl, or what do you want to say that kind of thing?
This question. Thank you for the question. God will bless you. Say amen. Don't mention. Now, this question is a two-way street.
Okay.
If
No, sorry, excuse me. I don't want it to be a two-way street.
you want me to go direct,
Wahala.
very good.
Yes.
If I'm in a relationship with a woman, before I get into the relationship with her, sex is on the table first.
Why?
Why? Yeah, because she cannot come to me and start giving the solutions or reasons why she would not want to have sex in a relationship. That's
You're an African man.
that is her
And that
being
mentality is a bad one.
no.
You
That's her
don't
being
compete
selfish.
with. You are
You never
selfish.
enter relationship with me. You're already telling me no sex.
No.
What if I tell you no money?
It's very possible.
I'm not giving you my money too.
Like me, I'm not
No,
collecting
you're
your
giving
Ah.
me conditions,
No,
and that's why the relationship will not bid well. Conditions for relationship does not work.
Okay, guys. It be like say wahala dey.
There's
Wahala.
an
We no
agreement.
go end this topic.
Sister
We no go end
Nkechi,
this
calm
topic.
down.
So we're gonna end this
Let's-
topic. So guys, please subscribe to our channel. If we begin talk now, we no go end this topic. Oh, we no go end this topic. So guys, subscribe to our channel. We'll see ourselves next week. Thank you for having us, and thank you for having us. I bet cut, we no go end this thing. No time don't go.
Whatever you want to do, have sex before marriage. God bless
Please
you.
don't have sex. God bless you.